Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. I am from Progressive Model School main campus. My subject is physics. I am here to teach physics of class 10th. Chapter number 10, Simple Harmonic Motion and Waves. In this video we will study the topic 10.4, which is about types of mechanical waves, and topic 10.5, which is about triple tank. Now we start our topic 10.4 types of mechanical waves. In this topic we will study types of mechanical waves, which is as longitudinal or transverse. So we study how longitudinal waves produced on a string and what effects it exerts on the and what effects it creates on the string. Depending upon the direction of displacement of medium with respect to the direction of the propagation of waves itself, mechanical waves may be classified as longitudinal or transverse. Means direction of waves depends upon the direction of medium. Mechanical waves can be classified as longitudinal or transverse waves. Longitudinal waves can be produced on a spring placed on a smooth floor or a long bench. Fixed one end of the slinky with a rigid support and hold the other end into your hand. Now give it a regular push and pull quickly in the direction of its length. Means we know that longitudinal waves are produced on a string. Let's see an example of longitudinal waves. For example, take a string and one end of string is tied with support and hold other end of string in your hand. Now start to give push and pull the string continuously. So in figure 10.8 we can see that first of all we move our hand. So in second case waves travels towards the support, means the direction of the wave is towards the support. So in third case the wave becomes compressed in middle of the string, and in fourth case string becomes compressed near the hand and a rarefaction between the string and again compressed near the support. The word compression means where the loops of the string are close together, and word rarefaction means where the loops of string are expand, means not close. Means in compression particles of medium are closer, while in rarefaction particles of medium are spaced apart. The distance between two consecutive compression is called wavelength. The compression and rarefaction move back and forth along the direction of motion of the wave. Such a wave is called longitudinal wave. Means the distance between two consecutive compression is called wavelength. So the compression and rarefaction move in a string back and forth into the direction of motion of wave. So this wave is called longitudinal wave. Longitudinal wave is defined as a longitudinal waves the particles of the medium moves back and forth along the direction of propagation of wave. Means in longitudinal waves the particle of the medium and medium like string or spring will start to move back and forth along the direction of propagation of waves, and propagation means production of waves. We can produce transverse waves with the help of a slinky. Stretch out a slinky along a smooth floor with one end fixed. Grasp the other end of the slinky and move it up and down quickly. A wave in the form of alternate crest and trough will start traveling towards the fixed end, the crest at the highest point while the trough are the lowest point of the particle of the medium from the mean position. The distance between two consecutive crest or trough is called wavelength. The crest and trough moves perpendicular to the direction of the wave. Means we can also produce transverse waves by using a string. For example, tie the string from one end and stretch the strings with another end. Now start the string to give push or pull. So we see that a wave is produced, and this wave will start to move into the direction of fixed port. So we know that the crest is highest point of wave and trough is lowest point of the wave, and distance between two consecutive crest or trough is called wavelength. And crest and trough moves perpendicular to the direction of the wave, means crest and trough moves in same direction in which direction the wave is moved. Here in figure 10.9 say that a wave that is generated in a string. So the upper portion of string is called crest and the lower portion of string is called trough, and the displacement between two consecutive crusts or trough is called wavelength. Therefore, transfer waves can be defined as, in case of transfer waves, the vibratory motion of particles of the medium is perpendicular to the direction of propagation of waves. Means the direction of particle of medium is same as the direction of propagation of waves. So waves on the surface of water and light waves are examples of transfer waves. Next topic is waves as carriers of energy. In this topic we will study the transfer of energy from one source to another source or from one place to another place through waves. Energy can be transferred from one place to another through waves. For example, when we shake the stretched string up and down, we provide our muscular energy to the string. As a result, a set of waves can be seen traveling along the string. The vibrating force from the hand disturbs the particles of the string and sets them in motion. These particles then transfer their energy to the adjacent particles in the string. Energy is thus transferred from one place of the medium to the other place in the form of wave. Means energy can easily be transferred from one place to another place through waves. For example, when we pull or push the string, then we give our muscular energy into the string. So waves are produced in this way. So these vibrations produce the group of waves. Means when our hand pull or push the string, then it disturbs the particles of the medium and these particles start to move. So these particles transfer their energy to other particles in the string. So in this way, energy can transfer in the medium from one place to another place. The amount of energy carried by the waves depends on the distance of the stretched string from its rest position. That is, the energy in a wave depends on the amplitude of the wave. If we shake the string faster, we give more energy per second to produce wave of higher frequency, and the wave delivers more energy per second to the particles of the string as it moves forward. Means how amount of energy carried by waves, it depends upon the distance from source. If source is at extreme distance, then a small amount of energy carried by waves. But if source is at nearest distance, then a greater amount of energy carried by waves. Energy in amount depends upon the amplitude of the wave. For example, when we shake the string in fast speeds, so we give more energy to the particles of wave, to the particle of wave produced in highest frequency, and this wave also produced more energy to the particles of the string as it moves forward. Water waves also transfer energy from one place to another. As explained below, activity 10.3. Drop a stone into a pond of water. Water reduced on the surface of water and will travel outward. Place a cork at some distance from the falling stone. When waves reach the cork, it will move up and down along with the motion of the water particles by getting energy from the waves. Here we see activity 10.3. By studying this activity, we can clear our concept to understand the phenomena of transferring energy from one place to another place through waves. For example, we drop a stone into the water. So this produced waves on the surface of water, and water will travel in outward, means water travel in forward direction. When we place a cork at some distance from falling stone, so we see that this wave reached to cork, so it start to move up and down with the motion of water particles by getting energy from other water wave. So in this activity, it is clear that wave can transfer energy from one place to another place without transferring any matter. Means this activity show that water waves, like other waves, transfer energy from one place to another place very easily without transferring matter like water. Next is relation between velocity, frequency and wavelength. Wave is a disturbance in a medium which travels from one place to another and hence has a specific velocity of traveling. This is called the velocity of wave, which is defined as velocity is equal to distance per time. means wave is a disturbance in a medium which is travel from one place or one source to another and have a definite velocity, and velocity of wave is defined as velocity is equal to distance per time. If time taken by the wave is moving from one point to another is equal to its time period t, then the distance covered by the wave will be equal to one wavelength. Hence we can write as velocity is equal to wavelength per time. But time period t is reciprocal of the frequency, so t is equal to 1 over f. Next topic 10.5, which is ripple tank. In this topic we will study the production of water waves on the surface of the ripple tank, and also observe the rarefaction of water waves and see the arrangement of ripple tank. Ripple tank is a device to produce water waves and to study their characteristics. This apparatus consists of a rectangular tray having glass bottom and is placed nearly half meter above the surface of the table. Figure 10.11. Waves can be produced on the surface of water present in the tray by means of a vibrator. First of all, ripple tank is a device that is used to produce water waves, and these apparatus consist of rectangular tray having glass bottom. So this rectangular tray is placed from for about half meter above the surface of the table, and here is a pedal is placed in the tray cast to produce the waves water waves. This vibrator is an oscillating electrical motor fixed on a wooden plate over the tray such that its lower surface just touches the surface of water. On setting the vibrator on, this wooden plate starts vibrating to generate water waves consisting of straight wave fronts. Figure 10.12. An electrical bulb is hung above the tray to observe the image of water waves on the paper or screen. The crest and trough of the waves appear as bright and dark lines respectively on the screen. So this vibrator or pedal having oscillating electrical motor which is fixed on a wooden plate over the tray, and its lower surface touch the surface of water when vibrate is on. So these wooden plates will start to vibrate and generate water waves which is consist of straight wave fronts, and the electrical bulb is hung above the surface of tray so to observe the image of water waves. So this crest or trough of the wave also produce dark and bright lines on the screen. Now we explain the reflection of water waves with the help of ripple tank. Place a barrier in the ripple tank. The water waves will reflect from the barrier. If the barrier is placed at an angle to the wave front, the reflected waves can be seen to obey the law of reflection. The angle of the incident waves along the normal will be equal to the angle of the reflected waves. Thus we define reflection of waves as means now we explain the reflection of water. Now place a barrier in the tank, then these water waves will reflect it to the barrier. When we place the barrier at an angle theta to the wave front, so the reflected waves can seem to obey the law of reflection. So two angles are equal means angle of the reflected waves will be equal to the angle of incident waves. We define reflection of waves as when waves moving in one medium falls on the surface of another medium, they bounce back into the first medium such that the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. Means angle of incident will equal to the angle of reflection when wave will move in one medium and fall on another medium, so they bounce back to the first medium. The speed of wave in water depends on the depth of water. If a block is submerged in the ripple tank, the depth of water in the tank will be shallower the block than elsewhere. When water in the region of shallower water, their wavelength decrease. but the frequency of the water waves remains the same in both part of water because it is equal to the frequency of the vibrator. Means the speed of water waves depends upon the depth of water. For example, if the block is submerged in the ripple tank, means block is placed at the depth of the tank, then the water will come over the tank. When water waves enter the region of the shell over water, so the wavelength will decrease, but frequency remains same in both cases because it is equal to the frequency of water. For the observation of refraction of water waves, we repeat the above experiment such that the boundary between the deep and the shell over water is at same angle to the wave front. Now we will observe that in addition to the change in wavelength, the waves change their direction of propagation as well. Note that the direction of propagation is always normal to the wave front. This change of path of water waves while passing from a region of deep water to that of shell over one is called refraction, which is defined as means to observe the refraction of water waves. We can repeat the above experiment. Result is that the boundary between the deep and the shell over water is at same angle to the wave front. When change in wavelength, then waves definitely change their direction of propagation, and this direction of propagation is normal to the wave front. Means when a waves passed from deep water to that of shell over, then is change over path. It is defined as when a wave from one medium enters into the second medium at same angle, its direction of travel change. Now we observe the phenomena of diffraction of water waves. Generate state waves in a ripple tank and place two obstacles in line in such a way that separation between them is equal to the wavelength of water waves. Next, we observe the phenomena of diffraction of water waves. So we know that straight lines are generated in a ripple tank, and this places two obstacles in line. The separation between them is called wavelength of water waves. After passing through a small slits between the two obstacles, the waves will spread in every direction and change into almost semicircular pattern. Diffraction of waves can only be observed clearly if the size of the obstacle is comparable with the wavelength of the wave. Figure 10.17 shows the diffraction of waves while passing through a slit with size wavelength of the wave. Only a small diffraction occurs near the corners of the obstacles. Means when we passed a slit between the two obstacles, then waves spread in every direction and change the pattern. So if the size of the obstacle is comparable with the length of the wave, so diffraction of wave can be observed clearly. So in figure 10.17 show that a slit is passed having size larger than the wavelength. So result is that only a small diffraction occurs near the corner of the obstacles. The bending or spreading of waves around the sharper edges or corners of obstacles or slit is called diffraction. Thanks for watching my video. Allah Hafiz.